Spoiler alert, modern moms are miserable because we have moved into some kind of alternate reality. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some kind of like modern things that we've absorbed or started to think that are making us miserable. Let's dive in. The first reason that we modern moms are like sort of really miserable is that we are connected to everyone on the planet. It used to be, of course, you only knew what your neighbors or your friends were doing, or the people sort of directly around you, or whatever was read in the newspaper or on TV, and there just wasn't tons of examples. Now it's like in your hand. You're like that one woman that I don't know, but I really follow her because she has such cute shoes. She is on a cruise. I've never taken my kids on a cruise. Or that one lady who, like, I totally don't even, she's like not even from my country, but like I love her decorating style. She just redid her bathroom for under $2,000. Our bathroom is so ugly. We're just so connected to everyone that we're constantly either giving in and comparing ourselves to everyone, or we're constantly having to try and fight not to do that. But even if we sort of have like put it down on a low level, if we're on social media and looking around and seeing what everybody else is doing, it's like we have all of these examples of what like the good life looks like, and then we got our own lives where everybody needs something from us, and we gotta cook, and we gotta pay the bills, and we gotta clean the house, and it just honestly is making us miserable. The second reason modern moms are miserable, y'all are gonna hate this one. Don't send me hate mail. We think if we just have a great connection with our kids, they're always gonna be happy and not do anything wrong. This is not true. Do we need to be connected with our kids? Yes. Do we need to spend time with our kids? Yes, big fat duh. Will us being connected with our kids mean that they're always acting right? No! Sometimes our kids just act naughty because they wanted to. I feel like if you can't get a hold of this, like, I don't know what to tell you. You're just gonna have to like survive on gummies or something, because this is the situation. Sometimes a sibling hits the other one, they get mad, and they just slap them, okay? This isn't because you didn't like play Lego with them for 10 minutes before this started, okay? We're wanting to be positive. We're like so positive and so focused on connection that what we've actually done, we've started to blame ourselves. If I didn't really look them in the eye and listen to their 12-minute monologue about Pokemon, that is the reason they went to school and cheated. No, it ain't. They just did it because they wanted to, because they don't have all the skills they need to make great life decisions because they're human. Bonus point, it's like moms think all kids are born perfect, and then all of my failings is what makes life not perfect for them. Therefore, if I am perfect, my kids never do wrong. This is like a bad life ethos. My third point, which like goes closely along my other one, which is like equally gonna be unpopular. Just tell me if you agree. Somebody agree with me. Am I out on a limb here by myself? We don't phrase it like this, but we think being permissive is being positive. So of course, we see that in some generations past, some of the parenting things that were normal were like real bad. And so that was way over here. So we've now, instead of kind of going to the middle, which this is normal, this is what you do, you swing all the way to the other side, okay, whatever. So we've swung all the way to the other side, and now we think that it's really positive to be permissive. Now we wouldn't say that. Instead, we would do is, I'm gonna give you a 17th chance to make a good choice right now, and if you don't, I'm going to have a very disappointed look on my face while I hand you your tablet and let you play for 3 hours. We have become super permissive. Partly this is because we think if we keep a boundary, then we're mean. It's like a whole nother video, it's crazy. Because we've aligned these, permissive, positive, now we think if we actually have to get the kids in trouble or respond to a behavior, we're like, inside we're like, and I don't want to do this, 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 but I'm gonna have to do this because my child just ran out in the road, screamed, said a bad word, hit somebody, broke something in their, whatever. I mean, but I don't want to have to do this. Okay, you know what's gonna be better? Tomorrow I'm gonna take them to the park, just me and them, for 2 hours and buy them ice cream. Then they're not gonna act up. I gotta move on. I gotta move on. The fourth reason modern moms are miserable, and I think you will like this, some of these you're gonna have to give me, okay? We have abandoned natural law. The sun rises, the sun sets. Now I talk about this in my book actually, so I'm gonna put a picture over here. I need you to pre-order it, just do me one, pre-order it, okay? I talk about this a lot, so I won't give those examples because I don't want anybody to read it and be like, I've already heard her talk about that. But we have abandoned natural law. We have decided, it's a suggestion, we sleep 7 to 8 hours. Like, I'm gonna be okay with 4, it's fine. No, you're not. We have just decided that we can do whatever we decide we want to do in our heads, and that like that's going to go well for our bodies. But it doesn't. We've just decided I can do all of this, and I can worry about all of this, and I can focus on all of this, and I can work towards all of this, and it's going to be fine. But actually what happens is whenever we're constantly overtaxing ourselves, living beyond our limits and our boundaries, we become at dis-ease, even disease, okay? We have all kinds of adrenal issues and thyroid issues and hormone issues and all of these stress-related disorders because we're so stressed, because we've forgotten that actually we can't just in our heads decide what's going to happen and then our body's like, that's cool, I'll do that. They don't. So we've actually started to ignore our bodies just to do whatever we think we should do. Like, this isn't how it works. We're spirit, soul, and body. And if we abandon any of them, much less 2 out of 3, much less all 3, we become miserable. The 5th reason that we are miserable, I love this one. We do things that we don't want to do, and then we blame other people. This is called boundary bending. So this is when you're like, this is what we're gonna do, and then you feel some pressure, you feel some outside influence, you know how it is, the kids are woodpecking you to death, and then you're like, okay, fine, I'll do that. And then you do it, and then what happens? You get mad. You're resentful. You're mad at them, and you blame them, right? But you're the one who bent it. So moms are doing all types of things they don't want to do. They're having crazy schedules they don't like, but instead of just saying, no, actually, we're not going to do Mandarin lessons for my 7-year-old, we're just not going to do that. They're doing it anyway, and then they get mad. They're resentful, right? Then you don't even necessarily know who you're resentful of. Maybe it's the kids, maybe it's your husband because he ain't helping you because he thinks your ideas are dumb. Maybe it's, who knows what it is. It's lots of different things, right? So we're doing all these things we don't like, and then we're like blaming everybody else that we're unhappy. No. So you should just start, I mean, I think this is a great idea. Like, get a piece of paper, like, do people use paper? I do, I like paper. Okay, I don't know. Right beside me, look at all these notebooks. Get a notebook, get an app, whatever, and start to just think during the day, how often do you do things you don't like? I'm not attaching a moral significance to this. This literally what I mean is, are you giving your kids something you didn't want to give them? Are you letting them do something you didn't want to let them do? Are you agreeing to something you don't want to agree to? How often during your day are you actually going against what your God-given instinct? In Job, it says, God, when he's telling off Job, who gave intuition to the heart and instinct to the mind? Are you going against your God-given instinct, God-given intuition, and doing all these things you don't like? If you're doing that, you're gonna be miserable, okay? You gotta start to trust yourself a little bit and say, if I don't wanna do this for the kids, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine. You can't spend all day long doing things you don't wanna do that go against what you feel you should do and be happy. The last reason modern moms are miserable for this video is that we repress all of our feelings until we always need to escape. I'm stressed, but I'm not gonna feel that. I'm annoyed, but I'm not gonna feel that. Or what most moms do is they're like, they feel guilty. It's like,
I feel so guilty that I'm angry at my child for interrupting me for the 79th time. You know, if I was just a more gentle parent, my children would behave better.
Children just make their own choices, and they just do them sometimes, okay? And if we are always trying to repress how we're feeling about everything, we actually stop understanding how we're feeling. This leads us back to our last point where we start making all kind of decisions we don't even like because we aren't even in touch with what we like or we don't like. We're just literally like going through our days and then we're stuffing everything down. I talk about this a lot in my book, actually. I'll give you a hint. It's called the emotional basement. I'm not giving you any more. I know you want more. You know what to do. You know what to do. Okay. We stuff things, we stuff until finally we're like,
I'm gonna explode, I'm gonna explode, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna yell.
And then we feel bad again. I yelled, I ruined my kids forever, you know? Because you yelled, because you stuffed it and you stuffed it and you stuffed it. The reason we're repressed is because we don't think we're allowed to feel all those things because we think we gotta martyr ourselves forever. Not murder, martyr. We think we have to martyr ourselves for everybody in order for them to be okay. Bonus, another bonus. We think to keep the kids okay, I've got to try to figure out whatever momentary whims and wants they have, aside from their other basic needs, you know. I've got to do all of those. And if it goes against what I'm feeling or doing, or, you know, I actually have to just totally ignore myself and make them happy at all costs. And I'm gonna give you a spoiler. You think this is going to make them more well-adjusted. I would leave you on a cliffhanger, but the truth is, this isn't gonna make your kids more well-adjusted. It's going to make them entitled and selfish because you have spent your whole life erasing yourself to do whatever they want. It actually doesn't have good fruits. It doesn't have good life fruits. So, this is gonna be unpopular, but like, here I am, Rachel, telling you things that you know are true, but you didn't want to hear, but it's like, we're all gonna be okay because I'm on your side. I'm on my side, I'm on your side, I'm on your kids' sides, I'm on my kids' sides, I'm on all of our sides, because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And when mom's at peace, she creates an environment of peace that gives everybody a better shot of being at peace. Until next time.